Hey, welcome to part two or stream two, however you want to say it. Okay, what we're looking at here is when I hit save, it did not. It does the lines. It redraws the lines, but it doesn't update based on zoom, and so I have to actually go in and uh, and do that. So that's gonna. Oh, it's gonna be. I didn't change anything, did I? Um, Reload save scene. Anyways, if I hit save, so you can see some of those lines are become dotted and dashed. Anyways, um, that room manager layout tool is what we want. Um, Clearing rooms to prevent saving. I don't know if I'm gonna put that back in or not. I did that for a specific reason, and it was because something was screwing up, and so it doesn't screw up like that anymore. And I'm not sure exactly if I need to put that back in or not. Um, Handle zoom. Okay, so when I go update overlay, and we're gonna find out where is update overlay called. There we go. In process. Uh, Wait a minute. That only. Oh, I see. That's not what we want. Anyways, we don't want the update overlay. We want um. Wait a minute. Is this? Oh, this is load all rooms, isn't it? Here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's do something here. Line overlay. That's update overlay. So let's see something here. Handle zoom overlay. Line overlay update. Wait a second. Where is this at? Oh, this is on save button press. So we update all lines. Okay. Let's type handle zoom. Do that. So I'm gonna see if that works. Reload save scene. Save room data. Why did it do that? Where where's the scroll bar for the bottom? Oh, what's it doing? Okay. Okay, what the heck is it doing? It didn't do that before? Okay. Let's go ahead and remove that. That is so weird. Um, why would it do that? All right, let's just go ahead and we won't update overlay either. Reload save scene. What in the world is going on here? What happened here? Something just happened. uh, apparently I'm competing with somebody else streaming, I guess, or something. I don't know. That's all right. What's not all right though is how come it's acting so weird now? Um, one thing I didn't do though just a second. And I want to go to discussion. There we go. Let's see. All right, I did notify. Okay, I did everything. I guess. What am I competing with? Let's see something here. Okay, apparently I am competing with some, I don't know, some British streaming game, Gamescom 2025. So, I mean, that's fine, whatever. I don't get that many people anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. It is in the fact that I wish there were more people on here, but there apparently aren't. Uh, that's interesting. It's interesting that. Huh, does this. Hello. Make sure that everything's working there. Interesting. Okay. So something is going wrong. I don't know what the deal is here. What's this invalid call? Non-existent. Update all lines. 584. What is save scene? What is it doing though? I don't get that. It was never doing that before. In fact, where's the bottom scroll bar? Is there a bottom scroll bar in here somewhere? Is that supposed to be the bottom scroll bar? Why? Something is not going. What is going on here? Um. Put the project list. Um. Okay, that's fine. Let's do. Let's do an old. No. Here, let's do layout tool edition. All right, we're gonna look at that. Probably remove all these from the project list, but at some point. But does it do the same? This does not do the same thing. Why does it not do the same thing? Huh? It does do the same thing. Huh. Oh, okay. So what about we do have, okay, so we do have, okay, so there's no horizontal scroll bar. Um, yeah, let's pull this something up. Scroll bar in Godot 4.3 and or Redot 4.3 in the 2D workspace editor. Does not have a built-in horizontal scroll bar in 2D workspace. Mouse will end over dragging the view below, not a visible horizontal scroll bar. Okay, that's good. That's fine then. That's okay. That has nothing to do with anything then. But the other thing that does is this. Okay, if I do move it, how come it does this? So I'm using Redot 4.3 and I'm panning around the editor, but when I drag the vertical scroll bar, it manages to move everything over to the left side of the window. Not really sure what's going on, if maybe I'm calling something that's doing this. Accidental input conflict or modifier key stuck. If shift is held while using, can sometimes swap vertical and uh, custom editor plugin or script interference. Viewport input handling. Commonly for can make experimental changes, DPI. Okay. Um, it jumps to the left side. The contents jump. So it would be like the viewport jumping over to the right. Instantly when moving the vertical scroll bar. Horizontal layout shift sometimes perceived as a viewport jump to the left. Experience of this. Always show the scroll bar. No. I don't think it was doing this before. Here, you know what I'll do? Let's uh project, quit to project list. Um, let's bring up Snake, which is with I don't know if you're here, Rook, but yeah, welcome back, Rook. This is your Snake. Do you have anything with 2D viewport? No, but I can probably test it here. ChatGPT broke. Yeah. See, this doesn't move the viewport over, so it's probably to do with my scripting then. Um, I guess here let's quit this for a second. We'll pull up Godot, which I do have on here, which should be whoops, where are we at? Dev stuff. Which should be 4.3. So um, okay. Actually, let's open here. Let's do this. Let's open that. This is actually from, so this is an earlier version. I want to see if it does it in the earlier version. That is, if it works. We're not having an error here. Okay, let's look at the 2D viewport here. See, nothing happens there. Oh, shoot. Oh, I see. Oh, it does do it though, doesn't it? So if I move it now, no, it doesn't do it here though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and here I'm gonna do a copy. Let's just delete. Here, let's close this first. We'll close that. We'll delete this. We'll go to go back up here. We'll go to Redot projects and copy, and then we'll go to Godot again. We'll go ahead and paste. We'll go ahead and run this again. Because if it doesn't here, that means somewhere my scripting broke it somehow. Because I am looking at the viewport, but I'm not manipulating it that I know of. I'm just reading it. Okay, let's open open that. Okay. Do that. See, it does still do it. Okay, so that it has something to do with keep it in the center, I think. So it's actually okay. So it's actually I don't know. Yeah, it has something to do with keep it in the center, I guess. I don't really know. Um, let's see. Maybe I can ask Grok. Maybe Grok could tell me a little bit. See, when I zoom in a certain amount, see, when I'm zoomed out far enough, okay, so there's no scroll bar there, but huh. And I see it doesn't give you a horizontal scroll bar until it's big enough to do it. Huh. So maybe this isn't an actual error. Maybe it's a maybe it's a thing where it tries to keep it in the center. Maybe that's the deal. All right, fine. Dev stuff. Redot. Older projects. Older projects. Older projects. Older projects. Older. 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 Move. Remove. Hopefully it doesn't remove any of the actual. Okay, let's make sure redot projects are in there. Older projects, good, good, good. Okay. All right, so see, it's not going to do it here, right? It's a certain. It's only going to do it when it zoomed out. Let's go ahead and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try to ask Grok, I guess. Um, where is Grok? Um, and I believe it does the same thing in here. Let's do it. Let's try it again. I want to try it one more time with Godot here. Godot. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way over there, and I'm going to make sure I'm zoomed out. Yeah, it does it there too. Okay. Just making sure it does it in both. It still could be a script deal. Oh well. How much do you know about Godot 4.3 and specifically redot 4.3 fork of Godot 4.3? Okay, it's gonna. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm having a weird issue with my game in Redot, but the same issue applies to Godot as well, of course. So if I'm zoomed out enough, you should know a bit about my game, right? An adventure game being done as sort of a choose your own adventure style game in this first phase. Okay. Thinking. You can do quick answer. Quick answer is fine. Yes, I'm familiar with the project. Okay, so for the layout tool portion, okay, so I have tool scripts that help me begin in the editor, and of course it has panel nodes for each room and shows the connections with some lines I draw. The issue is um, the issue may not be related at all to my scripts, but if I'm zoomed out enough. Okay, wait. Um, I have something like 100 plus pages for rooms, or essentially panels, in my project. And if I zoom out far enough to get most of them on the screen, but only while the vertical scroll bar is still on the screen. And I move everything with the middle mouse button, essentially panning left while everything appears to move to the right. And I'm still zoomed out, but with the vertical scroll bar visible. If I drag the vertical scroll bar, everything shifts or jumps to the left, as though the view jumped to the right. So everything that may have been on the left side of the screen is instantly now on the right side of the screen, is now of the window, now on the left side of the window. It seems to stem from from seems to stem from the editor wanting to keep things in the center, I think. But it's possible I did some script that's affecting something. I do read the viewport so I can decide how thick to draw the connection lines, but I don't actually change anything in the viewport. I guess I'll let it do its long thinking. It'll I got 4 people now. Nice. When zoomed out, see most panels with the vertical scroll bar visible. Panning left with the middle mouse button moves the view right to jump left. And I might be able to do some screenshots here. In fact, maybe I should do that. I'm going to do that. Window. Let's pull this up. Okay, let's grab a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Okay. Initial. Copy clipboard. Let's go back in here. You can paste this without entering it. And then let's go to the screenshot. Delay 3 seconds. Take screenshot. Okay, I don't know if you can see the mouse in there, but Control-V. Based on zoomed out. Dragon. New blank, check zoom and bounds. To avoid scroll bar. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, Fender, I'm live. Welcome to the stream. Yep, I'm live. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this little issue that I'm having, which may be just an editor thing with how the editor adjusts things to be in the center. So the first image is it on the right side. which I moved by panning, which I moved by using the middle mouse button to put it there. And then the second image is after I started dragging the vertical scroll bar, just to give you a better idea. And the second image after dragging the vertical scroll bar, the entire view has shifted left, moving the room nodes from the right side to the left side of the viewport. This can bring the horizontal jump you described. Plug in. Recenter behavior. Tries to keep the view center within bounds when scrolling or resizing the viewport. With a scene this large, hundreds of nodes spanning a wide area, dragging the vertical scroll bar might trigger a recalculation on the canvas transform, causing an unintended horizontal shift. This could be a rounding error or a bug in how the editor reconciles scroll position with the zoom level. Viewport reads impact. Your script reads the viewport to adjust the line thickness, likely in a draw. While you're not modifying the viewport, frequent reads during editor events like scroll bar drags might coincide with the editor's redraw cycle, amplifying the glitch. Create a new scene spaced vertically. Constrain editor view. Editor settings disables automatic panning constraints, which might prevent recentering jumps. Panning scripts switch to scroll pans. Mouse control for zoom. Mouse wheel scrolls. Control zoom. Use the wheel for vertical movement instead of scroll bar to avoid triggering the shift. Okay. The plugin I made is only for saving room data and adding or removing rooms. Isolate the engine behavior. It's an engine bug. Create a minimal test scene. Okay. Editor settings. Let's see something here. Where is the? Okay, there we go. Editors 2D. Editors. Oh, this doesn't do editors 2D. Oh, it does though down here. Panning. Scroll zooms. Sub editors, panning scheme, scroll zooms. Animation editors, panning scheme, scroll pans. Simple panning. Hmm. Shader editor, visual editors. Colors. Bone width. Viewport border color. Huh. I don't have a constraint editor view. Code font, aliasing font. I'm still trying to figure this out. Network, file system, docs. Text editor. Oh, weird. Um, the only problem is that so 100 rooms is a lot of rooms for one thing. For another, I load up JSON files and then position each panel depending on a meta file, or it sets the rooms to 0, 0. So I'm not really sure. I could possibly comment out all of the line drawing things and just see if it's not related to line drawing itself. Okay. Actually, I can actually do that though. Layout tool, line overlay. So anything with the line overlay, Control K. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is update overlay. Heck, we can do that too. Control K. Handle zoom. Control K. We'll just go ahead and swap that out. $295. Okay, let's go ahead and reload save scene. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here, which should just do it, and it does. So it does nothing to do with the line overlays. Must be a centering deal. Interface slash editor, look for panning scheme and present. Interface editor, huh? Um, okay, interface. And panning scheme. It's got a whole panning section, so I don't know why it would do panning scheme, but I can just look at it anyways. Okay, forget. Okay, that's not there either. Okay, that's okay. Let's go back to script. Let's do Control Z, Z. Okay. Reload save scene. That's cool. Okay. Anyways, uh I commented out everything to do with the line drawing and still did same thing. Might be just a centering mechanism. Huh. Kicking in handle large scenes. Select all nodes. Okay. Keep the view center within scene bounds, especially when scrolling or resizing. That makes sense too, doesn't it? Well, it sort of makes sense. 0, 0 here is, this is 0, 0 right here. So that's not exactly centered. This is make it really extremely. Hmm. Aha. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Doesn't have a problem at 100%. Interesting. Huh. It starts to jump around 17, around 18%. I can only go to 17.7, and after it is 25% where it doesn't do that. Okay, so let's do something else here. And the scroll bar appears when it's 1.66%. So yeah, I guess it must be a centering behavior. Okay, well, I mean, if that's the case, I just gotta realize that. And now, if I save room data, okay, so let's go back to save room data. Okay. Let's see. Let's do something here. Let's Control C. On save button pressed here. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Uh, oh. Control find. Okay. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm gonna do it all in one line here. So I'm gonna delete that and put this in here. It still doesn't know. That's fine. It still doesn't know what current zoom level is. Let's find current zoom. That. And that's it. Go. And all right. But instead of current zoom level, we're just gonna put the line here. And yeah, it's a little janky. I mean, it looks a little. Okay. Okay. Reload save scene. It's fine. Zoom out. Save room data. It's kind of funny because it is kind of interesting here though. Save room data. It makes the lines extra thick, which is kind of interesting. I could make it a class level variable, in which case it'll go based on whatever the last one was. Maybe I should do that. Let me go. Let me check the script out here for a second. I guess all the way down here, right? Handle zoom. Last zoom level is 1.0. Okay, well, that's fine. Current zoom level. I could just do this as a. Yeah, let's do something here. Put this up in here. I mean, that works, right? Whoops, where did it? Okay. All right. All right. I guess it's because of the tool script, right? Hmm. I can still make it a class level though. Get final transform. Let's do something here. Let's print current zoom level. Let's do that. Okay, 1.016. Reload save scene. Okay. Interesting. So the baseline is 0.007. Okay. We're going to take out that print so it stops. Okay. So if I do that, I can do current zoom level, and then I can just base it off of that. So, okay. Um, Shoot, I should do. I gotta do. I guess I gotta do it again here. Control Z, Control S. 007. So then it causes it to do it. Last zoom level. Here, let's do this. Oh. Okay. What if I made the current last zoom level 0, just to see what happens? Scene, reload, save scene. Okay. Save room data. Make sure to save that. Reload, save scene. Okay. Okay. Reload, save scene. All right. Now we have it, what, 0.2. 007 is the smallest. I see. So let's do something here. We're gonna put this back at 1 here. I'm gonna go ahead and say var current zoom level equals. We'll say we're doing an ABS, right? ABS. So it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. 0.25. Oh, okay, so we can make current zoom level. We'll make current zoom level. We'll make it 1.7, or we'll make it 2. We'll just make it 2.0. That, and then we'll do this. That should work. Because now this is a class level, right? Okay. And then 2D reload save scene. Okay. It's fine. And if I save room data, that's fine. So now let's do one other thing here, and let's update all lines. This is okay. And actually, I don't. Oh, I see why I did it twice. I don't need a twice. I can just do it just the once like this. Okay. 2.0. Uh, current zoom level. That. Now, make sure save room data. Okay, that's all right. Control S. That's all right. Reload save scene. That's all right. Now, if you notice though, it does the zoom out. I mean, I guess that's okay, right? Okay, that's. I don't know. I could just continue to endlessly tweak it, and I probably don't need to do that strictly speaking. Okay, so we're going to assume then that here. Let me go back over here. Uh, file a bug report. Test newer versions. Workarounds for now. I wonder. Let me check out the Discord here. Um, what's the help desk? No. Suggestions. There we go. Invoice. No. How, how do I leave? Uh, how do I get out of voice? Uh, dang it. How do I get out of here? Off topic. I don't care. Voice connected? No. Disconnect. Doggone it. I don't know if it's doing anything. Disconnect. There we go. Disconnect. There we go. Thank you very much. Hopefully nothing happened with the stream or anything. Hopefully everything is cool here. Good. Now where is the dang Discord again? Up here. Okay. Dev updates, polls, off topic, bot channel, self promo, first person climber. Okay, that's good. Read out resources, read out discussion, suggestions, questions. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll um ending. Expand, no. Spanish, no. Company, no. Okay. New post. Um, auto centering. Accidental auto centering. Okay. For some reason, if I'm zoomed out enough, I use the little mouse button to move everything to the right on the screen. And then when I use the vertical scroll bar, it automatically jumps to the left side of the screen of the window. I suspect some auto centering going on, but I don't know. Does anyone know? I guess I'll just post that. A tag is required. Read out Discord. Okay, just read out then. Post. All right, we'll see if anybody responds to that, which they might not. But shoot, off topic is busy. It's working. Anyone know if the editor attempts to recenter automatically if the 2D? Okay. Anyways. All right. Shoot. Throwing 30 minutes. Let's see if I can get some. Okay. Yeah, I will probably not use the scroll bar when zoomed out a lot. I mostly do it when I need to reposition all the rooms. And since I'm working on a layout tool, this will be a non-issue in the future. Okay, so I want to be able to pan around my scene in the actual running scene, which is the layout tool. Essentially, when I hit the play button, it's playing the actual game. But when I run the layout tool scene, it shows the panels as it shows any panels in the viewport, but I can't pan around it. What do I need to set that up? And should I ask you for the help, or should I look up a tutorial on using cameras and whatnot? You have to play to visualize and manage you want to add panning functionality in the running scene, not just the editor viewport. Adding camera control is the way to go. It makes sense for your workflow. You don't need to rely solely on tutorials. I can guide you through setting this up, tailored to your project, leveraging your existing setup. Okay. To enable panning in the running layout tool scene, you'll need a camera 2D node to control the viewport and some script logic to handle mouse input for panning. Here's how it is. Open your layout tool scene in the editor, add a camera 2D node, of course, name it something like layout camera, make it the current camera, select the camera 2D node in the inspector, check the current property. This ensures it's active when the scene runs. Position it initially at 0, or wherever your rooms are centered. Check your node positions from the earlier debug script if needed. Yeah, okay, so I could probably just leave it at 0, anyways. Um, it'll I think it'll be automatically positioned at 0, but if I need to do anything special, I'll do it. So that's fine. The inspector for camera 2D, set limit left top, limit right, and limit bottom to encompass your room panel bounds. Set wide limits, and adjust later. Enable drag margin all 4 directions to smooth out edge behavior if you want panning to stop it at limits. Add a panning strip, attach a script to the camera node to handle panning with the middle mouse button, mimicking the editor's behavior. Okay. Text middle mouse button. Test the scene. Find as needed. Zoom control, add zoom control. Okay. General Godot camera tutorial on YouTube or official docs could give you a broad overview of camera 2D uses, especially for platforms or RTS. However, they may not align properly with your editor tool context. Since I know your project, I can tailor the solution to your setup. Avoid generic detours. Okay. Okay. Do I strictly need to set limits because you can position the rooms anywhere? Although I will have to add this functionality later. So I don't see a need for any real limits. Although 10,000 by 10,000 may be wide enough, it doesn't matter. That's what it says. No strict need for limits in your layout tools designed to allow rooms to position, especially since you had to plan add flexible positioning later. Setting limits like 10,000 by 10,000 can work as a practical starting point, but it's not mandatory, and skipping them entirely is fine given for use case. Camera 2D node doesn't require to function. Without limits, the camera can pan infinitely in any direction, which aligns with your goal of unrestricted room placement. It's ideal for a layout tool where rooms can be dragged or positioned freely as JSON or manual input later. Godot's 2D rendering is optimized for finite bounds with 100 plus panels and no limits. You might not notice issues unless the scene goes to thousands of nodes or extreme coordinates or position or memory could degrade. Without limits, panning could lead the camera far from the action, making it hard to navigate back. However, since this tool for you, not any users can manage that manually or add a reset to center button later. Editor context, since you're running this in the editor via the play button, the scene's root node bounds might implicitly constrain rendering, but it's not a hard limit. So, both axes is wide enough to cover most reasonable layouts. Your current rooms likely span less based on the earlier jump issue. It's safe to default if you decide to add limits later, but it's overkill for now and won't matter if you skip them. Skip limits for now. Given your flexibility needs in the early stage of the layout tool, have the limit properties unset in the camera 2D inspectors. Let you pan anywhere without restriction, matching your vision. Okay. Once you implement room repositioning, you can dynamically calculate bounds and set limits via script if you want to prevent panning into empty space. Okay. Updated painting script, no limits. Here's the adjusted script. Various paintings false. Last mouse position, vector 2, 0. Function input, event, which, yeah, I don't know if I have an input running on the, okay. Why does it have two input events? Optional zoom. Oh. Okay, yeah. I'll be wanting to do zoom too, so. Layout tool sets current, run scene, the pan. Should they're not, the panels don't move with the camera, ensure they're not on a canvas layer which ignores camera movement or adjusts their parent node. They shouldn't be explicitly on a canvas layer. The rooms are rooms node is a node 2D. It's directly under the parent node. Directly into the parent node. Each of the rooms themselves are also node 2Ds under the rooms node. Root node layout tool has node 2D called rooms, and under rooms you have individual node 2D instances for each of your rooms. It should move with the camera 2D when you pan, as nodes are affected by the camera's transform in the 2D viewport. This set should work fine for panning and no canvas layer involved. We're on the right track. Let's implement panning with the camera 2D based on this. Add and configure. Add camera. Okay, so we're gonna start with that right now. As far as where it's positioned, this is all fine here. Oh yeah. Okay. Test setup. Okay, I got it. One more question here. Now, right now, the layout tool script is a tool script, as are the layout, room, and layout door scripts. And I'm keeping them that way until I've got all the functionality in. So do I need to exclude any of this other code from running in the editor by checking the is editor int function, or whatever it's called? Tool scripts are designed to run the editor as well as the game, which is perfect for building a layout tool iteratively as the add functionality. However, whether you need to use engine is editor hint to exclude certain code from running in the editor depends on the specific behavior of each script and how it interacts with the running scene versus the editor environment. Let's break down based on your, okay. At tool, the annotation makes the script execute in the editor, allowing real-time updates, e.g. your room data saving or lighting or panel positioning. It's ideal for layout tool where you want to see changes immediately. Is editor hint functions returns true when the script is running in the editor. during the playtest and possible when it's running a standalone game. Use it to conditionally exclude code that should only run in the game, not the editor, to avoid unintended side effects. You don't need to exclude code yet, but you should consider it based on the purpose of each script. The new camera 2D panning you're adding here's layout tool script. Likely manage the right. Yeah. Okay. In the editor, it's fine for loading JSON. Okay, with the camera 2D added, the panning script runs when you hit play in the editor, which is intentional for testing. No, unless you have game-specific logic, player input handling UI updates for end users, that shouldn't interfere with the editor operations. For now, the panning is a tool focus and it works fine in both contexts. Yes, if later you add game mechanics, room navigation for players that conflict with editor tools, process. For now, keep it as is, but plan to add it, if not engine as editor hint, around any feature game-specific features. Okay. Right. Uh, it should just display and move the camera. No, unless the script includes dynamic updates. Okay. Now door script. No. If you enable line drawing or add game logic. Okay. No immediate need. Your scripts focus on tool functionality. As you add features, if not, it ties like game logic. Okay. Um, okay, so in this scene, there is not going to be any game logic. That's why I run the scene directly with the little run currently edited scene, so that it only runs the layout tool. And when I want to test the game, I just hit the regular play button, which runs the base game scene, not the layout tool scene. The layout tools is seen as solely dedicated to editor functionality running. Won't include any game logic. Yes. While the regular play button runs the base scene for testing the actual game, you're already set up to avoid game-specific issues. No game logic layout tool. No need to use to exclude code. Within this context, well, that aligns well. Okay. Layout camera. Okay, so I guess I don't really have that much time left. I got 10 minutes, but I can start by doing this. So here, let's go ahead and add child node, and we're gonna camera 2D. Okay, and I'm gonna call this rename layout camera. Like that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually where that's pretty interesting. Okay, this is doesn't have a I don't have a problem with that. Okay, but I will ask. Okay, check current in the inspector. So, does this have current? Enabled on, ignore rotation, drag center, offset, zoom, limit. Okay, so it does actually have a limit set anyways. Position smoothing, rotation smoothing, drag, editor, transform, visibility, texture, material, process. Don't have a current. Okay. Set initial position to 0, 0, the center of your room's bed. Okay. That's okay. Attach panning script. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and copy this. I just copy it directly. It's again, this is a okay, let's do the thing here. Attach script. We're gonna put it under scripts though. Open. Create. Okay. And right, so let's just go ahead and we'll paste it. Paste. See if there's any errors. Control save. Okay. It looks good as far as it's concerned. Maybe I'll format it later. We'll see. Save layout tool ensures the active scene. Run current scene button. Okay, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Anyways. Control. Okay, so let's just go ahead and run current scene. Whoa. Something is... interesting. Okay. Testing it. Zooming doesn't work at all. And panning actually jitters as if something is fighting it. Interacting with existing tool scripts. Might not be registering. Okay, let's see what it says. I only got a few minutes. I almost should just quit right now, but we'll see. We'll see. ChatGPT. This is Grok, by the way. Gork. Okay. The Control plus mouse will zoom. Might not be registering due to input conflicts, a missing event property, or the zoom clamp interfering. Godot 4.3 handles input event mouse button for wheel events with button index wheel up, wheel down, but the condition might need tweaking. Editor input override, script editor, or a zoom length being too restrictive. Panning and jittering. It's being contested either by another script, adjusting room positions, or a physics process, or the camera itself being reset mid-panning. They should follow the camera, but a tool script might be repositioning them in the process or physics process. Find the script to address both issues. Add debugging prints to pinpoint the problem. Okay, copy. Default as fallback since mouse wheel events might not trigger correctly in all 4.3. You can remap those project settings input map to what mouse wheel preferred. Panning debug, edit prints to track where panning and zoom test. Hold control and press page up and page down. Check the output panel. Wait a minute, zoom. Well, that works. Oh. Hold control and press page up and page down. Input map settings, panning test. Middle click and drag, watch the output for panning to lines, it position jumps or oscillates. Note the values to see if they're being overridden. Yeah, okay, let's do something here. Let's go ahead and go in here. Let's go ahead and paste. Save. Let's go ahead and run the current scene again. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and clear this out and let's do this again. Um, let me check something. Well, I guess I can't now. Looks like my time is up for today, but I will come back. Actually, for anybody that's still watching or listening, tomorrow I might not be on because my dad has it's just an eye appointment up at the same place the VA clinic that he goes to for other stuff. So it's gonna be uh we're gonna probably need to leave here at noon, and I don't know how long it'll take to get back though, because the thing itself might not take that long, but it's at least a 2 hour 2 hours, 1 hour there and 1 hour back, and um so that's at least 2 hours. So it'll be 1:30 to 3:30. No, No, it'll be, we'll leave at 12. His thing is at 1:30. His thing is at 1:30. And then we'll say 30 minutes at the littlest, so that'd be 2 o'clock, and so it'll be almost 3 or 4 by the time I get back. So I may not be able to do anything tomorrow, unless I do it in the early morning, which I might be able to get away with. Um, but we have to leave at 12, so that means I have to be completely done. So if I started at 8, I'd be done at 12. I mean, I could do that, or I could start at 8 and end at 11, and get 3 hours in with no actual break in between. Like, I'd probably still do two things for break, but and then I might be able to do it in the morning. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, either tomorrow or Thursday. Okay. So I want to say thank you guys for watching or listening. You three that are left, and I will see you on the flip side. I'll either see you tomorrow morning early, or I'll see you on Thursday. So we'll see.